Good afternoon. Over and over, we are seeing people say we need to wake up. I need to let the American people know. We're watching congressional hearings that are calling people out, doing all these things. We got congressmen and congresswomen out here saying the American people need to know, but they never say the one thing that's important. What can you do with all the information that you have? Absolutely nothing. And that is the problem. Everybody is vying for your influence. They want to influence you. In college, when you get there, and maybe it's taught in the lower grade too, but I definitely know it's in college. You're going to learn rhetorical situation the entire term. Rhetorical situation. It's where you navigate your communication to a specific group. I'm telling you, no matter what riles you up, the one thing you have got to ask yourself is, what can I do about it legislatively? And the answer is nothing. When you go vote, and I've said it before, when you go vote, after you cast your vote, you go sit down for however many years until you have to do it again. That's it. That's our system. That's the system that I want to reform. That's why I'm a candidate for governor of Florida. We've got to reform the system. We're talking to the citizens sometimes. We got people that we elect we never hear from again. It's because they don't have to come back to you. You never hear from them again. They don't There's no communication. You gotta go and find it. Look, it takes time. It takes effort to get out and try to spark up a conversation. And it's not always easy. But when you hire someone, there is a point where they have to give a performance evaluation. Hey, how are you doing? How are things going? See, our problem is once we elect individuals, they don't answer to us anymore. And that's gotta stop. But the communication is the American people know we're not trying to go and tear the place down. Most of us did not agree with what happened on January 6th. We just didn't agree with it. Hey man, don't be out here tearing the stuff down. We didn't agree with it. We're not trying to go to war or have a civil war or fight each other. I don't think everybody's trying to do that. Y'all need to go out here and ask your friends. And if they are, come back and tell us. Come back and tell us. That's not the goal. The goal is for you to actually work for the people. How many people literally said that they voted because they wanted prices to go down because that's what somebody said they would do? Day one. And when it doesn't happen, you can't do anything about it. Your mind immediately knows you can't do nothing about it. Now, if a person lies to you that is close to you, you can immediately exact some type of, hey, that's not okay, and get a response. You're not going to get that because there is no control right now. This is why I'm asking you. This is why I'm imploring upon you to continue to educate yourself. Take out the time to look up the information. Go and find out. Besides sending a letter, talk to people who sent letters to congressmen. They're not sending you back a voting ballot. They're sending you back a generic, yes, we heard from you and we're here to support and we're going to get. No. The American people need a period of direct democracy. We need legislative authority in the hands of the citizens so we can actually have a weighted hold on the people we elect. I only want to get elected. Like I said yesterday, I have a ton of opinions about what's going on. I really do. There's so many directions out here. We got farming crisis. We have medical crisis. Apparently, we have an illegal immigration crisis. The term illegal in itself means wrong. It means wrong. But because you have the right to do something doesn't make it right. So there are ways to handle things. And it's real complicated. And it's real complicated because we give it to a small group. We don't let the majority decide. And that's important. That is important. So yeah, one or two of things may go your way. But what happens when the other stuff doesn't? What happens when it doesn't? Y'all better go look at, what's her name? I just looked at her. She just went in front of Congress. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez just said, she read out the bill. She said, hey, all you got to do is call and say that somebody did something. And they go pick them up and deport them without even a moment or a day in court. Yo, something's wrong there. Because what if your friend's child or your friend just happens to look of Spanish descent, of Mexican descent. They just look that way. And somebody just jokingly, because we know we got those type of people in our society. Hey, I saw somebody do something bad. They send somebody over there, take them out of here. Now they got to figure out how to get back. You know, this stuff is wild. We kind of like open Pandora's box. For what? Who? How is a lot of stuff affecting you that you can even change? There was people arguing. They said, hey, y'all are going to deport all of the immigrants and give us the jobs. They immediately turned around and said, no, we're not giving you the jobs, Americans. You're not smart enough. Well, that's not what you said when you convinced us to do this. Ain't no rule against lying. There's no rule against lying. So you got lied to. You got bamboozled, tricked, whatever. Are you going to stand on that hill still? Get off it. Get off it. Our states, the people of our states, they have to have a way to speak. And it is not simply voting every 4 years for a governor or any other elected position. That's not it. That's not enough. It's not going out here holding up signs and protesting. It's actually having a legislative voice that goes beyond the person we elect. This means that we have to reach back out to those same people that we talk to on a day-to-day basis, trying to get elected, trying to get the job, and make sure that the pathway we're going is one that they can be proud of. That they don't have to go out here and fight and defend for something that they didn't want in the first place. We have seen bill after bill come in front of our legislators, and they've gotten a really minuscule amount of time to go through 1,000 pages. Stop lying to us. Go back to the citizens to get verification and validation that this is what we want. Go back to the citizens. It's important. This is where it starts. It starts with the people. It shouldn't stop with who we elect. It should start and stop with the people. And just because you are a person, that's singular. We need to pluralize this thing. We need the many to agree. Just because the many vote for you doesn't mean we agree with everything you want to do. That's not the case. And we should be able to say no. And that's what I want to give. The ability to say no. And it's important. Take out some time to keep on asking yourself, why do they keep saying the American people need to know? I'm feeding you the information, but what do you do with it? What do you do with it? I want citizens to control their elected officials, and I will not change that stance. I want you to control your elected officials. I want them to answer to the same people who put them in the chair. And I hope you want the same. You guys have a great day.